is watching. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, we've launched it. Finally. Let's roll the drum. Let's roll the drum. Okay. Welcome. This is your girl, your latest podcast host, Faith Irabor, a journalist, event consultant, the creative director of the biggest event blogging company in France by a Nigerian, yes, Courtney, who is known for red carpet, hosting, event blogging, journalism, and everything about content creation. Okay, and today you're joining me on a new chapter, on a new passion, on a new, baby that has been birthed with you right here to go with me on the journey. This is the Faith Irabor podcast. It's the newest, project that is coming on from everything Faith Irabor Media. This is a journey that came to life from many years, over a decade of journalism experience, over a decade of telling stories, inspiring stories, interviewing personalities from all walks of life, untold stories about life happenings, about things that is happening around us, trends, lifestyles, stories that would shape us. This is a new chapter. This is another passion that is being bettered today with you. Faith Irabor podcast is here to give you that exclusive, piping hot, never told stories from beginning to the end. You're going to enjoy this podcast. It's not like the regular podcast. This is a podcast where we will talk about things that will shape us. You can call in to tell us your life story. We'll be here to share it. The journey of a lot of our brothers and sisters here in France. But before we go into all that, let me give you a brief introduction of this lady sitting in front of you. You don't even know who Faith Irabor is. Let me introduce myself properly. My name is Faith Irabor. I'm a journalist whose journey dates back to the year 2003 with the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. Back then, we used to, be in the studio just like seated here. I remember back then, we interviewed personalities, mass communication students who was just chasing a passion, I don't even know where it was going to take me. And back then, it was not for the money, it was for that passion. We were taught to investigate, we were taught to ask questions, genuine questions. We were taught to not to be in a hurry, to tell, half-baked stories. This was where my journalism journey started from. Years after 2008, having worked with the Nigerian Television Authority, I joined the National Enquirer magazine, where I rose from the post of a reporter to the news editor. There at Enquirer, we were trained proper investigative journalism. We're talking about sensational journalism, soft sell style, where we always, go out there to bring never told, never heard exclusive stories. Here I was for like 8 years. I did journalism with National Enquirer for like 8 years, and there at Enquirer we took a lot of risk. I learned, passion drives you more than money. This is what is still going on for me till today. Dedication and passion will take you anywhere in life. This podcast came from those years of raw, raw, undefined future, but it was raw passion. Back then at the National Enquirer, I remember days when we had to just go out there from morning till night to look for, stories, to look for celebrities to interview. We used to opt from one event to another. Sometimes we even have to gate crash events just because we want to meet with this celebrity with our shoes. That you can wear one shoe for 1 year, 2 years. Not like today journalism. There was no car. We up on buses and Okada, like the Nigerians who are watching this would be able to relate, to. And 2 years later, it was beginning to pay off. And I realized that even though it was paying off, the passion was still there, it was still burning. There are times that you just want to do something for the passion of it, even if your life is on the line. I remember one of the most, I've never shared this story with anyone apart from my colleague and my boss back then. There was a story we're investigating, and part of that passion we're talking about took me to the house of a stranger where I slept for 3 days, I think 3 or 4 days, because that stranger happened to be a source who knows the story of the celebrity that we're investigating. Guess what? I was with that stranger for 3 good days, and I did not leave that stranger's house as an undercover journalist until I got that story, that fact, and that picture that I was looking for. What I'm trying to say is what? Today, our story, we all have a story to tell. We all have something that is driving us. This podcast is here to bring those honest conversations, those real life stories, those success stories to life. We are here to help you. We are here to share it, to tell it for you. Wherever you are in the world, we are in the era of internet, of course. Faith Irabor podcast will be here to be telling those stories. We'll be talking about trending issues as well, life lessons, inspiring, topics from every angle. We'll not just be here to be doing just the regular podcasts you see everywhere. This is one podcast that's going to keep you glued. Okay, so before we continue, have you clicked? Have you liked? Have you subscribed? You just have to click on the link in my bio and subscribe to the YouTube channel with your notifications button turned on so that you'll be the first to get notified once we are dropping our episode. The first episode of the Faith Irabor podcast is going to be about an interview with a fast rising actress who also relocated from Nigeria for a greener pasture here in France. She's trying her best. She's doing well. She has debuted something, a web series that is now up on YouTube. We were opportune to meet with her and we have a chat where she talked about the journey of acting and the journey of becoming producer of a web series. First time ever here in France. So you're going to watch it. It's about a pretty, hardworking, fast-rising actress. After this break, the Anna Audio interview will be airing. Please stay tuned. Do not touch that down. Thank you very much. Hello, beautiful people. Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's your favorite girl, Faith Irabor. And with me, I have my sister, the latest producer in town. Give it up for, roll the drum, for Anna Ojo. Tell us about it. We're actually at the bowling area for a movie premiere. The movie has premiered. It's live on YouTube. We want to hear from her firsthand directly. Let her tell us about that experience. Actually, it's not her first movie. She has done something like this before, back home. Take us through the journey quickly.
Okay, actually, like she said, I've actually produced some movies back home in Africa.
Tell us about one of them, which was nominated for AMVCA.
Oh, okay, the one that was nominated wasn't my job, actually. I acted in it. So that was Love is a Prank.
Yes.
It was produced by Efe Young. So I got nominated for my role as I played two characters, a tomboy and a tush girl. So it got me a nomination, that was back there in 2017. And so fast forward to here right now, I decided to produce something in France, and I was like, okay, why don't we do a web series? And the story, we wanted a story that is not everyday story. We wanted something that some people can actually relate with, not the regular story that we watch over and over again on our screen. Okay. So we decided to create two female characters in a room from Nigeria. How will they cope in a land that it's new to them? So what will be their challenges? What will be their encounter in a new place in diaspora? So what will be their expectation? So Sistas Borders is actually a movie that most people in diaspora can actually relate to, because it takes them through culture shock. It takes them through, you know, trying to find themselves, where they belong in diaspora, and also the language barrier, especially where we produce the movie, which is in France. The series is actually produced in France, 100% in France. You know, the cast, the crew, everyone lives here in France. So the shock of the cultural shock, the language barrier, and finding themselves, you know, in a French country. So that's just what the movie is about. And also it takes us, the movie takes us through, you know, like I said, two Nigerians with their craze and all of that. So how will they live together under one roof? You know, so that's just what the movie is all about. It's comical, it's enlightening, and it has a lot of intrigues in it. It's something that you will enjoy, and it's showing on Diazari TV. You too.
She has answered all the questions, guys. I was just going to ask that, how long have you been acting? You know, your Nollywood journey. Can you just give us a brief of that? Wow. And if you have acted one or two names in the industry, for those who are not familiar with our story.
Okay. My Nollywood journey has been a very long one. I started acting when I was 19 years old. And then, you know, back home in Nigeria, let me say, it's been like 20 years now, close to 20 years I've started acting. So Nollywood wasn't what it was back then compared to what it is now. Then the journey wasn't easy. It was not a smooth one because we had to go through lots of rigorous things, going for and all of that. There are times we go for auditions very early in the morning. As early as 5 o'clock, we leave our home to go for auditions, especially those living on the mainland. So it has not been easy, and there are lots of rejects, and there are some that it favors me. So the journey hasn't been easy. So like I said, I've been acting since I was 19 years old, and you know, you can do the calculation yourself.
Okay. So we'll be brief about this. A lot of people believe that, you know, sexual, I will not call it, let's not use the S word. You have to lay your bed or lay your back to get up there. You know, up that ladder there. Did you experience this? Or how true is this?
I said we.
Yeah, we're in France.
We're in France. I'm sorry. I was about to speak French again. Okay, actually it happens. It happens. I don't know, maybe it's still happening, but it happened back then. But I never experienced it.
How did you navigate your way?
I know that so many people were saying it, but it was not easy. It wasn't that producers don't ask. They do, but they will not force you. They only ask. So it depends on you if you want to go by what they are asking you, or you just want to stay out of it. So I decided to stay out of it, and maybe that's why I didn't blow on time back home.
I wanted to say that.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I didn't blow on time, you know, because I was just,
because if you're actually good at what you do,
yeah.
You're good at your game, okay? So if there is any word out there that you want to tell the upcoming, you know, you're upcoming in the sense of how many movies have she shot, but in the real sense of it, you are also not the Gen Z of the movie industry.
Of course.
You've paid your dues.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Permit me to say, what advice do you have for those that are coming, that want to tour this part? Is it lucrative? Is it a career you think people should put all their eggs, you know, into? What do you have to tell them?
For me, if you want to just be an actor, you can be an actor. And if you want to be a producer, it takes a whole lot to be a producer, especially if you're living in diaspora. You will not get the finance that you need. The money has to come from your pocket. And for example, the money came from our pockets. We didn't see anybody to partner with. It's an indie film, you know, independent film. So I am an independent filmmaker. It's not easy. So if we have someone that wants to come into the industry to shoot a movie, then you should have your money to start with before people can start trusting your brand, your production house, for them to start putting money into your production house. But first of all, you have to show them what you're capable of doing. That's for the production aspect of it. Then if you are an actor, you want to come into the industry, there are lots of challenges that you need to face, because you must be dedicated, you must have the love for the job, and you must know what you want. If you don't have all of this, it won't be easy for you, and you must be patient, because it takes lots of patience to be an actor. You understand? Because there are lots of things that happens on set that you have to be patient with. You can't, sometimes we will say we want to shoot, 10 scenes a day, and we might not be able to achieve the 10 scenes a day, which might spill into another day. And if you are not patient enough, you might not be able to withstand it. So first of all, you must be patient, you must be passionate about it, and you must love the job, and you must be dedicated.
So what should we all be expecting from this web series? Long story short, is it an action movie? You told us it's about
it's
people,
a drama.
living.
It's drama,
I know you said it's comedy.
Yes, there's comedy.
Without giving spoilers.
No, comedy.
How many episodes?
It's 13 episode series. It's first season, 13 episodes. That's what we
Are we
have
ending
for
it
now.
there?
No, we are not ending it there. It's going to continue. And also, Hannah Ojo Production will be producing more of
I
other
was going
jobs.
to ask that. You've test run the waters.
Yes.
How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good. It wasn't easy, actually. The production was not easy because, like I said, in diaspora, it's not easy to find like minds compared to back home in Africa, especially in Nigeria, where I come from. Here we had to go through so many stress. The production took about, let's say, 3 months to finish because we didn't shoot it straight. At a point, we broke the production, and then we started again. So we started we had 3 breaks before we could finish it. There were lots of challenges that we experienced during the production. But thank God, here we are today. The web series is out, and people are seeing the end product. But things we experience behind it, it's good. It's an experience.
Take us to the channel. Where can we watch this?
Okay, you can watch it on Dear Diary TV on YouTube.
Do not forget to subscribe. So that you can be updated and turn on your notifications button so that you can be the first to get the notification each time a new episode is dropping.
And new episode will drop every Friday at 7 p.m. African, 7 p.m. European time and 6 p.m. African time. So every Friday.
Okay, and one last question. What is the most misconception people have about actors that is not true?
Because they believe that all actors are prostitutes, and it's not true. All actors are not prostitutes. There are some, it depends on what you want. There are some that comes into the industry for ulterior motives, and there are some that comes into the industry strictly with the talent they have. So we are not all prostitutes. So that's the misconception.
To add one more to that. Another perception that I am, opportune or privileged to see about actors is that people believe they are rich. Because they think, oh, they've appeared in this movie poster, they're on Netflix, they're on YouTube. Most of the time, what you see is investments that might not really come back the way it went out. These people struggle to give you the best of the best you see out there. So I want to congratulate you once again. And I know that you'll be churning out big series, and we look forward to that.
Amen.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Please subscribe, like, and if possible, share among your friends.
Please.
First ever web series production in France by Nigeria. Thank you.
And I hope you enjoy the Hannah Ojo interview. This is where we'll be calling it a wrap. But before we go, I hope you also enjoyed the little you got to know about me, even though we still have a lot to talk about. Knowing this, your new Fluoride podcast girl. And I would also like to know you too, you that is watching me. Do not hesitate to send me ideas, send me your stories, reach out to us. I'm going to put our details right there. So until next time when I come your way, this is me signing off and saying thank you for joining this family. The Faith Irabor podcast is here to always make you enjoy every bit of that data that you're using to watch me. Until next time, I love you. And remember to stay out of trouble. Know that something is very clear in life. Once you're consistent and you are dedicated to what you do, success and result is inevitable. Until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.